What's up, guys? It's Jim with AwakenedTCG. Today, bringing you guys a meta breakdown video. Today, I just want to talk about one of the decks that I don't think people are highlighting enough. I think it's becoming a bit more known, but I want to talk about Zoro. So, OP01 Zoro is, I think, a very, very strong pick into this meta. He's actually in a kind of weird spot. Right, like the thing is, he has a actual winning matchup into Sakazuki. Like, it's not like space roll, like you can't lose type of matchup, but it is a favorable matchup. I think all the Sakazukis can agree. If you guys don't know, Wraith is currently at Nationals right now for NA, and currently while I'm recording this, Top 64 is going on. So I don't know how many Zoros are in Top 64. But from what he told me yesterday, all the Sakazuki players he was talking to were just complaining about how many Zoros they're seeing and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So Sakazukis do not like this matchup. And as you can see on screen right now, we actually have the top 64 of the European Finals provided by EggmanEvents.com. If you guys don't know what EggmanEvents.com is, he has all the top events with all the deck lists and the breakdowns for the top decks. Really great resource, and shout out to Eggman. He is a great member of this community, and we would be nothing without him. But right now, we have Sakazuki in this top 64 taking up almost half. Obviously, Sakazuki did win the tournament. But looking at the second most represented deck here, we actually have Zoro, which is really interesting. So out of the top 64, the second most played deck, or the second most represented deck in top 64 was Zoro at 11 compared to Sakazuki's 28. So let's look at just the conversion rate, right? This is the overall breakdown. The majority is going to be Sakazuki here, followed by Katakuri and NL and Pluffy. And Zoro is right behind, but still, this is only 118 Zoros. The conversion rate from this sliver to this big sliver in top 64 should show you how good this deck is into the meta. It does have one really bad matchup into NL, but truly, as long as you can dodge NLs, I think you can pretty much win it all. It's going to be rough. Like, there are a ton of NL players, but obviously the most played deck, the most represented deck, and the deck you're going to see the most clearly in top 64s are going to be Sakazuki. So I think it's just a really good pick into the meta. As you can see here, and I actually want to take a little bit of a deeper dive, and we're going to go on Twitter here with a few graphics provided by Jeff Ruberg. Makes great graphics on the One Piece card game. So right here we have OP05 graphics on right before the national championship that is occurring right now. This is data from 27 different tournaments. It has 1,487 players and 4,298 games total. So this is a ton, just a ton of statistics thrown all together to just basically give us easy breakdowns of what these matchups are and how these go. So basically, if we go down here to Zoro, our matchup into Sakazuki is a 56% win rate after 150 games, which is insanely strong. Right into the top deck of the meta, this is a really good win rate. This shows you that Zoro wins this matchup, no questions asked. Followed up by here NL. Yeah. So this is probably one of the worst matchups I've ever seen. Like, look, I mean, you could just look at the statistics right now. Like, there are no insanely red numbers, even close to this one. The closest is 25 here with ST Law into NL. But this one, yeah, 15% win rate into NL. This matchup is practically unwinnable for Zoro, unfortunately. And that is a problem when NL is definitely in the top 3 most picked decks. However, I mean, you got to know what your strengths are, right? If you're great into the top performing deck and you pretty much have a winning matchup at 56% win rate, the probably second most played at Katakuri at an over 50, so basically an even matchup into Katakuri, a very favorable matchup into Purple Luffy as he cannot really take life without being scared of dying and doesn't have enough bodies on board to really get rid of your characters. This is a great matchup for Zoro. And then every other matchup is not really that big of a deal, but we're not seeing anything too crazy or unwinnable. But pretty much, right, it's I beat Sakazuki and everything else I just need to dodge NL. That is the story of Zoro this set, and I think he's a very, very interesting pick going into NA Nats top 64 today. I'm actually not sure how many Zoros made it into NA Nationals top 64, but we'll see once the breakdowns come out. I am looking forward to watching the finals be streamed, so we'll see if Zoro's in that. If it is, I called it, but hey, if it isn't, I would not be surprised. The majority of people are playing Sakazuki, so just by brute force alone, Sakazuki is usually going to make it into a finals. So, but as far as Zoro goes, yeah, great pick. If you do like Zoro and you had a ton of fun with him in OP01 and 2, I think this is a great meta for him. You know, but if you run to an NL across the table, you know, just shake the hand early. It's going to save you some time. You can go get a drink and some snacks before your next game. So. And just want to come back here to show you guys the European Nationals with the 11 Zoros. Like, EU does not really like Rush and aggro decks as much as we do here in America. I think even in one of their regionals back in OP02, a Smoker managed to win, okay? If you brought, I don't care how good you are at Smoker, if you brought your Smoker to an NA regional tournament back in OP02, there is no scenario on planet Earth where you're making it to finals, right? You're gonna see Zoro. That matchup was not good, and there's just no ways a slow deck like Smoker was going to make it and win a whole tournament. Absolutely no way. So I would not be surprised if NA Nationals today, top 64 comes out, and there are a lot more than 11 Zoros in the top 64. But you never know. People really are slaves to the meta a lot of the time, and it's hard to go in with a deck like Zoro that has such a bad matchup into NL. So I understand if you wouldn't want to play it, but if you do like Zoro, I honestly think it's a great meta pick. So that is all I wanted to talk about today, guys. Looking forward to watching Nationals Finals today. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the results. I think Wraith, when he gets back, is really looking forward to talking to you guys about the event, as if you've been on Twitter at all, that thing was a straight shit show, pardon my French. A lot of repairs and other BS happening all day. They only played out 10 rounds in 15 hours. How do you only play out 10 rounds of One Piece in 15 hours? It should be maximum an hour per round. And they managed to chalk on 5 more hours somehow. So, beyond me how that happened, but you guys will hear all about it next week. So, look forward to that. But anyways, you guys have a great day. I'm going to head out. Peace.